Hello, guys. Welcome back to Zay's Pickleball. I'm super excited to do the second live stream of Zay's Pickleball. So we're back today. It's been about 3 weeks since we did the last live stream on the channel, so glad to be back and glad to be doing another one. If you're wondering why I paused doing live streams for a minute, it was really just because I was doing focusing on some other forms of content, but now we are back doing streams, and I will be trying to do at least one per week. I can't guarantee because, I obviously do focus on other content things, but great to be back. Great to doing a stream again. You guys viewed the other stream that we did 3 weeks ago about 20 times after it was not live, so it wasn't live, but it got some views. But yeah, definitely good to see. So yeah, in today's video, we're gonna be breaking down just kind of, different things of my junior pro daily grind training and my recovery and all my training and recovery that I'm doing up until Cape Coral. So yeah. Basically we're in 2026 now. So, new year, fresh start. We really do need to lock in for this year, and I want to make this the biggest growing year of my entire pickleball career. So hopefully we can achieve that goal. The goal is to get ranked top 20 by the end of the year. I don't know if that's possible, but that's the kind of idea / goal that we're going for. Definitely. But yeah, today is going to be a deep dive. No chit chat, no Q&A, just real talk about my current life as a rising junior pro. So we'll cover my current status as a mindset and a full breakdown of my daily training routine and the recovery system that's keeping me fresh after tough sessions. So yes, I've been building a new recovery routine that has really been improving my fitness tremendously over the past few months. So I'm excited to share that routine with you guys, and I really hope you guys like it. I'll be showing you guys later on in the stream what it looks like, and I'll show you my home gym and some other stuff. We're gonna be taking a look at a couple paddles in this stream. We're gonna be calling Carbon Pickleball Company because I did an application for their sponsorship program, and we're gonna call and see if there's any update on exceptions or something, if I got accepted or what happened. So yeah, definitely some exciting things that we got in store for today. Yeah, so first update, yesterday, I played a long session. I did do a long pickleball session yesterday, plus some functional fitness. I woke up with some slight leg soreness today. But I hit the Normatec compression boots, and I did what I like to call like my sensory deprivation, kind of like leaving reality for a second. It's my version of like a, um, you know, very relaxing way to do that. So what I do is I put the Normatec dynamic recovery pants on. I don't know if you've ever heard of those. They're pretty expensive. They're probably about $1,000. I didn't even buy them too. They were given to me. But yeah, I have those. So I put those on, and then I elevate my legs with a pillow. Um, and then basically what I'll do is I'll put AirPod Maxes on the noise cancellation mode, so that basically and I'll put like rainforest sounds on and a towel over my face so I can't see anything. So then I just like it's really, really, a really good mental reset. Like, you feel refreshed after it's done. Like, it's actually pretty good. Like, you feel completely refreshed and recharged after. The legs feel like light air. Everything feels amazing after. So that's one thing I've been doing for the past actually only 2 days. I started it 2 days ago, but I'll show you that in my system over there, and I'll show you that later in the stream. Um, but yeah, honestly, like, you know, my recovery, yeah, definitely that. And then I'll show you more of my fitness side of things. I haven't really mentioned too much about exactly what I have in my gym. You guys may have seen in some of my previous videos of my Road to Cape Coral episode 1, but I don't know if you guys have seen the updated and kind of specifically me showing you around the gym, basically giving you like a tour. So to start, I wanted to basically mention what paddles I'm using. Before I get into that, there might be a few other things that I need to touch on. I'm reading from a script, by the way. It's kind of like a schedule of what we're gonna do for the stream. Oh yes, my current duper rating. So I did want to show you guys that. You guys are gonna get a little freaked out, but don't worry because my reliability is extremely low. Um, 3.789 with a 29 reliability. So, yeah. That is not accurate at all, obviously. If I had to gauge where I was genuinely at, if it was saying like 100% accuracy, I would probably say around 4.7. But yeah, it's definitely not that accurate of a score at all. I haven't played that many tournaments. I've only played 3, so yeah, that's definitely why. Um, yeah, so right now as a junior pro, I'm focused on building points and consistency. I'm pushing it higher through deliberate practice, and the Road to Cape Coral series is documenting every step in a controlled setting. I'm locking in clean technique and then ramping up explosive game with intensity. So yeah, I've definitely using this Road to Cape Coral series to kind of document and show you guys what I'm doing to prepare for my second PPA junior tournament. I didn't really um show you guys kind of like the um pre-tournament build up for Cincinnati, which, is unfortunate, but the reason why, and it makes a lot of sense, is because it was my first PPA tournament. I really had to lock in and mentally self-prepare, and I couldn't do the cameras, and I couldn't really do anything. So I had to lock in kind of like alone, basically, and I had to just kind of do things with no one else looking, and plus it was like, my first PPA tournament, so I didn't really, it was kind of just a learning experience, just to kind of see where I was at. But I will be definitely doing more in the future. So yeah. For juniors chasing pro events, run alongside PPA stops for 16 and under. Great exposure. Let's see. Yeah. So before I get into the rest of that, I want to show you what paddles that I'm using for my current 2020 start of 2026. Right now, this is what I'm using. This obviously could change throughout the year if I get sponsored, and paddles may change. But yeah, right now, as time shows, this is what we're using. So I use 2 different paddles, one for doubles and one for singles. So I have 3 here, and you're wondering, it's just one's a backup, but the backup is this one. This is just a older backup. It's just a Perseus 3S 14 millimeter. So these are really the 2 paddles I'm using. So to start, for my doubles paddle, we have a Perseus Pro IV 16 millimeter. You can go watch my video of how I set this one up on my Zay's Pickleball channel. Yeah, so just got a Yola over grip, kind of experimenting with different overgrips, and yeah, it's suiting me pretty well, and I like it for doubles. Nothing more to say, just an overall good paddle. Feels pretty similar to the 3S, and I actually use the 3S for singles because I think that it has a slight bit more dwell time, possibly more power. I don't know for sure. I'm just saying, possibly more power. So I've been I've been using the 3S, not this exact paddle, but I'm using this exact spec. And you can see in my first bag review, like a little old video on Zay's Pickleball, not this cinematic channel, on Zay's Pickleball, you can see that I did my first bag. It was like one of my first bag reviews because I used to do a ton of those. I'm not doing much anymore because I'm kind of just showing you right now, but I had the Perseus 3S 14 millimeter. That was my first time like trying a Yola, and I remember like trying it, and I was like, I've never felt something like this before. This is insane. The paddle felt unreal. I felt like a pro. I was like, how in the world is it possible to make a paddle this good? I didn't really know much about Yola. I just knew that the paddle was really good. I didn't know any of the technology. I didn't know that it was Gen 3, foam, all that cool stuff. But now I know what these paddles really are and what the company really is, and it's pretty cool. So, yeah, so that's the paddles that we're using for singles. I'll have them lead tape the same, all on the throat. Weighted within 0.1 of an ounce of each other, so they're all very similar weights. One thing I wanted to touch on, I was sent this JoyScent paddle from a company. So this girl reached out to me maybe less than a week ago and basically was saying, hey, do you want me to send you a paddle? We're a new paddle manufacturer. Would you like me to send you a new paddle for a review? And we'll send you a paddle in return if you do a review for the paddle, and we'll send it to you for free. So I was like, okay, sure. This is pretty cool experience. I've never been asked that before. And at first I was like, maybe it might be a little bit of a scam, but I gave her the information, gave her the details, my name, all that stuff, all the information, shipping information, and less than 2 days later, the paddle was here. I thought it would take like a month, maybe 2 months. Came in 2 days, so pretty good. This is a $60 paddle, by the way, and it comes in this really nice case with accessories actually inside. So here's the paddle. I play tested it a little bit. I might honestly do a giveaway. Honestly, if you guys want to win a free JoyScent paddle, like in this whole case with stuff in it, I'll just give it to you. I'm not going to use this. I don't see myself using this in any tournaments or any other things. So maybe a practice paddle, but I'm willing to give it to you guys. But yeah, so here it is. That's not to say it's a bad paddle. I just use other paddles. So you can hear the grit. Very good grit. Almost sounds like, I said this in the paddle review for this paddle. I said it sounds like an original Gen 3 type grit. I put these, it came with, I usually don't use strips. I usually just use, or like pads or strips, whatever these are called. I usually just use tungsten tape that goes up in it's like more of like just tape instead of like these little pre-cut ones. So yeah. But I weighted it up, and I think the paddle actually feels very good for $60. Like, you can go check out my paddle review for more details, but that's just a little sneak peek on what I think of this paddle, and I think it's a great paddle. Yeah, so I'll show you. Comes with 2 overgrips. I won't use these either, but I would love to do a giveaway for you guys. I think that sounds fun. I don't even know how to do one, so I'm gonna have to figure that out, but I would love to do one if I do figure it out. I think it'd be cool. So yeah, that's that. Okay, so that's that. Another thing I want to show you guys. You haven't seen much of these. I did do a review in the past for these shoes, and this is the only shoe I use for tournaments and other stuff, is the Babolat Jet Mach 3. Specifically, I prefer their older colorways, and many of you guys probably, some of you's got to agree with me. This colorway is sick. They discontinued this. You cannot find this anywhere. This is the last one I found on Amazon. Last one. They don't sell this shoe on Amazon anymore. So, pretty cool. I also did a review for this shoe a while ago. I just wanted to kind of bring it back up because I really think this is a cool shoe that if you can get your hands on, please do, because they're not going to sell these anymore. The Babolat Jet Mach 4 is coming out, pretty soon, and I think that they're going to fully discontinue all of these. So, yeah. You guys should definitely try to get your hands on pair of these before. They're really gone because they're already pretty much gone, but they're going to be really gone soon. So, yeah. So we got that. A couple other things. So, never seen this paddle before. So, I rarely talk about this paddle. You guys probably don't even remember that I have it, but I think in the past, I don't even remember this myself barely, but I think in the past when I was doing bag review, I'm pretty sure I pulled this paddle out and it had it in my bag. I don't keep this paddle in my bag anymore. I recently actually took it out. It was in my bag for a while as a singles and doubles paddle. I think it's very good paddle, but yeah, I took it out. But this paddle is a great paddle. Like, I think that the grit, it's really good. It was even better when it's new, but I haven't even used it a lot, honestly. It's in like literally new condition. Like, I have a little bit of lead tape on it, and that's about it. But yeah, you guys rarely ever hear me talk about this paddle, but it's a great paddle. I actually attempted to get sponsored by this brand, but they never reached back out to me. So thanks, Proton. You guys are kind of weird, but whatever. You guys should probably get back to me next time, but whatever. No hard feelings. But yeah, the great paddle. Good build quality, Gen 3 construction, a little bit less foam than the Yola, so it's just like it doesn't stick out as far. But yeah, this is a really good paddle. Couple other paddles down here. Oh yeah, I got another one. If you guys want to see how many paddles I have, I'll just show you guys. Might as well just take a look. You guys are gonna be amazed. Check this out. They're mostly Yola too. So I got Proton, I just showed you. This one I'm selling. I don't use it enough to want to keep it, so it's getting sold. This one, not the Perseus, the Scorpius Original Gen 3. I did an unboxing and review on this, and I remember mentioning in the end of the video that I would do a setup for this not too long after that video posted, and I never did, and I don't plan to, so sorry about that. Kind of like said something that I wasn't going to do, but yeah, I will not be doing a setup for this paddle because I'm not going to use it, and I just find it a little weird to use an illegal paddle, but I thought it would be funny at the time, and I spent $150 on an illegal paddle, but I'm probably not going to do that, so yeah. This paddle, I remember this paddle's been through a lot, so this isn't even my paddle, actually. I sold this to someone, and they don't use it anymore, so they kind of just gave it back to me, and now it fell back into my hands. But this paddle is, and you can check out one of my earlier setup. I think I was setting up the Scorpius 3S 16mm Colin Johns, so it's this same paddle, but for the 3S. I was setting it up, and I showed that I had this paddle. This is the exact same paddle from that review, but I sold this to someone, and then I returned the Colin Johns paddle, so I no longer have that one, but I still have one from that video, so kind of cool. Still have one left. And then this one, the Paddletech ALWC. She's no longer with Paddletech, so it's going to be interesting to see within the next couple months if they remove this paddle, and I'm kind of glad that I haven't sold this paddle yet, because maybe the slight chance that they remove this paddle and then this paddle gets super rare. So I don't know if that will actually happen. I'm just speculating, but if it does, that would be pretty cool, because then I got a rare paddle in my hands. So yeah, I bought this paddle at the fort in Florida, and I don't use it that much, so rarely ever use it. So yeah, definitely interesting to see there. But yeah, let me just go ahead and, it's a lot of weight on these paddles. Ooh, it's heavy. Hold up. All right. Okay. Yeah, so we're about 20 minutes into the stream, so that's all the paddles out of the way. What I'm using, what I've tested, through the years of me playing, and so that's about it for that. Now I'm going to show you guys my recovery area, stretching area, and my gym. So let's get into it. I'm going to blank the camera out, and we will start. I just got to walk over there. I'll show you guys this. Okay, so this is my current um, area that I'm using. So you can see I have the noise canceling headphones there. This is the kind of, nice little carpet I'm using. Um, and then basically I'll elevate my feet with these pillows and then rest my head on this blanket. And then these are the Normatec recovery pants. I think these are about $1,000 on like Amazon or where on their website. These are an older model, but they're still relatively expensive. But I think it's an amazing investment. Hyperice massage gun. So that's that for the recovery area. Now I'll get over to the gym area. I just have to turn on the light real quick. Okay. Light is on. Here's the gym. So we got the Peloton. I don't really talk much about this, but I actually do use this Peloton all the time. Great bike. I do use that very often. And then for shoes, even more shoes. I have another pair of shoes. I have the Angel Blue Babolat's upstairs, but these are my current Babolat's that I wear often. Old training shoes, current training shoes, aka those are actually my first pickleball shoe right there. And then home gym equipment, we got 15-pound weights, 5-pound, and 18-pound kettlebell, all Nike stuff too. I really like their equipment. Some stretching bands, exercise bands, weighted ball, medicine ball, and a Bosu ball. And that's about it. And then I just have like some padded flooring, and that pretty much does it for me. And then the balls I'm currently using is I got their little, I think that's a hint, Lifetime balls. Yeah, so as you know, I won't practice with any other ball than a Lifetime ball, so that's that. Lifetime ball. So yeah, that's an older one. Some of them are less used, but yeah. Only Lifetime balls. These don't crack, they don't go out of shape, nothing. These are the best ball in the game. So yeah, glad that those are around. So now I'll take you guys back to the studio and we'll keep diving into more topics. Okay, we are back. Let me just turn my camera on. Okay. So yeah, let's get into more topics about other stuff. So yeah, so right now mention that. Okay, so drilling first and some feedback, interesting feedback from episode 2. No hard feelings anymore. I was a little bit freaked out at the start though. So if you're watching this, I don't know your name, but you made that comment and it was about some you telling me that my drilling looked a bit lazy. But it's intentional. Rushing into speed without foundation builds bad habits, and I'm proving that. Yeah, so it does. So when you're rushing into speed, you need to start slow to build good habits and get very precise. You don't need to go. Everything doesn't have to be 1,000-mile-an-hour extremely fast shot. That's not required to build the best practice that you can create for yourself. So yeah, kind of an interesting feedback. Yeah, so for juniors, Chasing Pro, junior PPA events, draws in like Cape Coral, most need to qualify outside top 50. Top 50 can sign for PPA auto entry. So yeah, so no qualifiers. Gold card contractor pros get direct main draw. So yes, junior PPA, you have to be at least top 50 to get a auto entry into the event. And then obviously if you're signed, you get an auto entry. But if you're below top 50 and you're not signed, you have to go through qualifiers to get anywhere in the event. So yeah, my full daily training routine and breakdown. First 20 minutes of my routine, first 10 to 15 minutes of my routine is just all stretching, leg swings, light jump rope, agility ladder, footwork, get the muscles flowing, get everything moving around. And then controlled drills. I'll start with thinking patterns, cross court, straight, Yeah, so I'll work on patterns. Pickleball is a chess match, so you have to be very precise with all your movement and everything that pickleball has to offer. So, yes, I work on my dinky precision and, kind of it helps me get my mind activated on reading patterns. So, yeah. Controlled drills, dinking patterns, cross court, straight resets from transition zone, third shot drops, focus on placement. Placement touch, no power yet. Next 30 minutes, we build intensity, live rallies, controlled games to 5 or 7 points, so just light half games. Here at the lab, usually is where I do 99. Like that's actually no, I do 100% of my training here because there's nowhere else to really train. So it's nice to have this. In the last 20 to 30 minutes, game speed, full game speed simulation, full points, full games, volleys, drives, quick hands at the net is where foundational work pays off. So that's pretty much what it is. You're starting slow, build up, and then max out, do your full potential, and then loop that every day. And it's been working. It really is the most optimal training routine that I've found for me that works. So yeah. And then off court, 2 to 3, maybe 4 times a week, depending on what I'm looking for. I'll do strength training, so squats, lunges, planks, rotations for core, push-ups, rows, agility, skater jumps, ladder drills, cardio. Usually I'll do the Peloton. I have a treadmill right next to me, so either one of those works great. I prefer the Peloton because I literally never get sore after, so it's more optimal for me the next day. And I can get really high heart rate. Like I can go up to a zone 5 heart rate, 190, and I'm feeling great. So yeah. So now, um, yeah, after generally all the cardio and strength training, usually I try to balance the cardio with strength training. So basically, if I'm feeling like I need to build slightly more muscle or whatever I need to find more optimal performance, I will do whatever that offers. So, like, if I need to build more muscle, I will do more strength training. If I need to build more cardiovascular health, VO2 max, I will do more cardio training. So, recently I've been doing probably more strength training than cardio, I would say, just because I kind of took a break from doing that because I was busy with other stuff. But yeah, oh, yeah. So that's kind of for the workout stuff. And remember, this is just kind of a review of episode 2 of the Road to Cape Coral series. So kind of just reviewing everything that we've come across so far. So now we have recovery routine. So this is the real game changer. This is where really it's a very important thing. Before I get into recovery routine, I want to mention my hydration and diet. So for hydration, extremely important. I generally drink. So my routine has been right when I wake up, I drink water with electrolytes to build back. Because you don't drink. I don't drink in the night, so build back everything I lost in the night. So that kind of helps you feel more energized for the day ahead of you. And then during my workouts, I will either drink one of two things. Generally plain water, so let's just leave it at that. Or sometimes I'll have a probiotic and electrolyte infused drink mix. That's the flavor of orange. Very good. I really like those. I don't know what brand they're from, but I'll have to let you guys know in a community post at some point because I really like those. So yeah, generally electrolytes in the morning, but if I'm playing in a hot climate like Florida, I will just do electrolytes all day. There will be no water. Like I'll do watermelon juice and electrolytes. Anything with high sodium content to replenish all the fluids that I'm losing because if I'm playing in Florida, extremely humid and hot. So that's important thing to work on. So recovery isn't optional. That's what. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. After 2.5 hour pickleball session, my go-to is compression boots on the level 3. Level 3 to 5 is usually my target. Anything below or above that, below it doesn't get enough done. Above it squeezes me too hard, and then there's no blood flow running through my legs, and then my legs fall asleep. So level 3 to 5 is the perfect balance that I've found that works for me. And then obviously I'll do the feet zone boosted for extra blood flow to flush out all that bad toxic, kind of like build up in your legs. And then I'll do the pillow to elevate my feet or my legs in 6 to 8 inches off the ground. And then I'll do rainforest sounds, AirPods Max. Um, and then for blackout, aka what I like to call the reality remover, 25 to 30 minutes. That's how long I'll do the session for. So I'll set it for 25 to 30 minutes. Drains all the lactic acid, reduces puffiness, reduces inflammation. Legs feel lighter, faster. So yeah, the hyper ice. And then after that, I'll do the hyper ice gun on my quads, calves, IT bands. And then I'll do 30 to 60 seconds per area. Breaks knots, boosts blood flow. Definitely feels great. So, and then after that, I will do a newer thing I've been doing is the wet sauna for 10 to 15, up to 20 minutes. I actually did a 20-minute session today. Moderate heat, about 90 to 95 degrees. Generally 90 degrees is what I put it at. Relaxes muscles, improves blood circulation. So that is a very optimal thing that I've been doing. And then I'll always finish generally with band stretches. So hamstring pulls, quad tugs, figure four hips. Hold 20 to 30 seconds with a deep breath. So, and then hold it 1, 2, 3, up to 30 seconds. Generally what I'm feeling. Yeah, that's generally the whole recovery routine. Where am I at here? Finish with band stretches. Okay, so yeah, this is why this matters for juniors. Faster repair means more quality sessions with less injury risk. So that definitely helps. That's why recovering after all your exercise and hydrating and dieting well after everything you do is very important, because that reduces your risk of injury, which is very important because you want to, stay out in the court, stay healthy. So, less injury risk, hydrate with electrolytes, eat protein, carb snack. Yeah, usually after my workout, I'll have like something with high carbs, pasta, anything with high carbs, pasta, pizza. No seed oils though. Obviously, I'm extremely, extremely healthy. Won't do seed oils, no additives, no weird stuff. Yeah, I'll usually hydrate with electrolytes, eat protein, carb snack. Usually eggs and so that's one thing I've been doing. Eggs, toast with bacon on top in the morning. That's the most optimal thing I've found. And then I'll sleep 8+ hours, non-negotiable, at least 8 hours. If we're not getting 8 hours, it's not that I won't feel good in the morning. It's just that I might feel a little less motivated. So I might not feel as good, actually. But yeah, this combo cuts soreness and keeps me ready. So yeah, so Road to Cape Coral, 1 month plan, goals, and we're gonna wrap up after we finish this. So I'm really excited. I cannot wait to get the best video you guys have ever seen. Like, you guys will not believe. I already have many, many plans that I can't tell you yet, but trust me, you guys will really, really like the video. The plans for Cape Coral is going to be the highest production quality video that you guys have seen me post. I've been doing YouTube for a year and a half. This is going to blow out every single thing you've seen me post. So I know I'm setting the bar very, very high, but I know that I can meet that expectation, and I know you guys will really enjoy this video. And the final 4th or 5th, possibly a 5th bonus episode, because depending on how the schedule works out, will be in Florida. So the last episode will be in Florida, guaranteed, and you guys will get to see everything I do. So I'll do a day in the life in Florida, and I'll do a day in the life at the tournament. So I really hope you guys enjoy. And the day in the life at the tournament is going to be the one with the absolute highest production quality you guys have ever seen. So that's the one to look out for. That one will be coming out not too long, maybe about 4 weeks, because the tournament is on, what is it, February 9th to the 14th. So 9th to the 15th, I'm sorry. So Cape Coral, Florida, it's 1,000 points. So yeah, I'm not top 50. I don't play pro qualifiers. I play juniors right now. Maybe future 2027, 2028, I probably will play pro. But currently that's not what I'm doing right now. Yeah, so the next 4 weeks for the plan is sharpen my dinks, resets, and footwork. The footwork daily. That needs to be worked on daily. Not that it's bad. It's not the best. Like, it needs to be improved a little bit, small differences make the biggest difference, or small things to work on can make the biggest difference in, the highest level, So more high level play, find partners with tournament game experience, maintain recovery routine, no shortcuts, film and review every session, and track progress. So yeah, that's the plan. And yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but I really, really love Florida. And for the future, within the next 5 years, I'm 13, so I'll be 18 in 5 years, and I plan to move there. And hopefully, I'm still doing YouTube in the next 5 years. I should be, but obviously, I don't want to guarantee anything, but I should be. But yeah, I plan to move there and just to pursue my pickleball career and keep going with this whole thing. And I think that could be beneficial to my entire career because you can, the weather is usually pretty good, and if it's raining, it's not for very long. So I love Florida. But yeah, why Cape Coral? Florida momentum, solid points, pro exposure. It's really good exposure. Any PPA tournament is not challengers. Those aren't good exposure. I don't like challengers. I think PPA should get rid of those. It's not that smart. Regular PPA tournaments, I think, are great exposure to watching pros and working on your own game and playing against the best people in the nation. So yeah. Key takeaways today: deliberate training builds real explosiveness. Recovery keeps you consistent, and focused goals turn dreams into plans. So thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you on the court. Peace.